Forgive Me Father 2. Bro, what the f? Forgive Me Father 2 looks like an H.P Lovecraft fever dream of weird looking characters mixed with an art style that looks like it's stripped right out of a comic book with its use of dimensions and enough tentacles that makes you wonder if Senor Lovecraft is a bit too into the old hentai, if you know what I'm saying, man. It's a bit... I'm a bit iffy on that. Forgive Me Father 2 also plays like a fast-paced shooter akin to that of a Doom or a Metal Hellsinger, with speed being at the center of every freaking thing. So on paper at least it seems like a mix between both good art and gameplay, so of course I had to look into this, so why not do it together, broski? So subscribe if you're new and let's get into whatever the f this game is, and if you should in fact be playing it. Now, as for the premise of the game, there isn't much to talk about here, and that's totally not because I didn't pay almost any attention to it and had a freaking podcast going on in the background. The gist of it is that madness has befallen the world again. I mean, it's a sequel, and it's up to you to escape captivity and go on a murderous murder spree, pretty much, as you seek to eradicate evil in the name of thy Lord. Because you are a priest after all, and what do priests do when faced with evil? Freaking shotgun them in the face, of course.
God has mercy. I don't.
I can bet you one subscription to this channel that you didn't click on this video to know the story of this game, broski, but how the gameplay and all its gory shooting and music works together in this awesome mix of goodness. Now I can happily say that it's fucking awesome. It is really good. From minute one, you realize that this brings up memories of old school Dooms and Duke Nukems, with how the controls kind of swoosh you around the corridors and rooms as you look for a way out of the prison, which is the first level. Now, while you start off with only a knife, it's not long before you get your hands on a pistol and a shotgun to then start to sin cleanse via the use of firearms, among other weird contraptions, and or why not even a zombie arm or a box filled with tentacles, broski? I don't freaking know. It's that type of game. Those who need cleansing or evisceration are possessed inmates, zombies, and some dudes that look like the weird magician dudes from Demon Souls for some reason, man. I hope you get this reference as well. But this is essentially the game for the uninitiated, and this genre has been like this since its freaking inception, where you go from level to level, shooting enemies in all types of weapons and arenas, while trying to piece together any resemblance of a freaking story, first of all, but also how the f you keep hitting enemies so freaking accurately while staying mobile, to which I will unfortunately say, spoiler alert, the enemies have a pretty large hitbox, so you're gonna be hitting enemies if you hit in the vicinity. So yeah, broski, I'm sorry about that.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
The controls thankfully feel super responsive, and the amount of goons that come your way keeps the game nice and challenging, because there can be a lot of dodging and shooting going on at the screen at any given time. There are thankfully also some downtime as well, so you won't be sweating bullets 24/7, and you get to chillax in the asylum, that is this hub area where you can purchase gear with gold or certain crystals that you find. Here is where the RPG elements kind of come into play, as you get to build your own arsenal from scratch to fit your playstyle, and man, how awesome do these weapons look, and the skills, the variation of skills in this game are cool. You also have this tome, which is this book that you open that kind of makes everything black and white except blood, and you get to see enemies a bit better, and you get to add upgrades into that, so then you can kind of mix and match on either if this special moves, this tome, if it heals you, or if it does more damage, or if it makes it harder for them to hit you. And there's a whole bunch of different customization things in this game, apart from just how the weapons look and how they feel. Now, I do feel like I'm about to repeat the word awesome a lot in this video, but the art style, man, it really hits home for me personally. I don't know about you though, so I do hope you let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree on this, but this is a breath of fresh air, man. You won't see many games like this with all the Unreal Engine 5 shebangs going on, and games trying to look super realistic in general. From the way characters and items in the world rotate with your movement to how everything just looks in general. I was in awe at all. I don't even know how to say that word, man. I was awed at how this game looks at times. But I gotta be very honest, man. Like I said before, the weapons in this game, they look freaky as all hell, and the variation is fun. It's awesome. It's nice to look at. at is just, it's so gross that it really made me want to wash my hands after every session of gaming. Not because I have a sweaty keyboard and mouse, but because the weapons just look, they look so gooey. Everything that is here gels together super well, the least of which is not the freaking music. Holy frijoles. The music is absolutely amazing, man. You can expect all kinds of rock music to blast in your ears every time you get thrown into an arena of soon-to-be corpses and puddles of blood and guts. It makes for an overall awesome experience so far, and I am more than intrigued to keep playing this game and unlock more tentacle-filled weapons and not so tentacle-filled abilities to use and abuse on my way to complete salvation of someone. I don't know who, but somebody. And another thing that you'll find here that you might not find in other games, that I gotta be honest with this, man, is good performance. And while it does feel stupid to praise a game for its performance, because it should be the normal these days, I didn't come across any hiccups in frames or glitches in the world around you. Now granted, the scale of this game isn't something like a Dragon's Dogma 2, for example, so it doesn't require as much processing power from your PC naturally, but I was very happy to see the game run well on both of my rig as well as the Steam Deck, so mobile sync cleansing is an option for those who are interested. The frames stay consistent, and that's only a positive thing with so many things coming at you and how you have to constantly be on the move, so I am more than happy to say that performance won't be a hindrance in this game. Now what might maybe be a hindrance for some players out there, depending on how good you are in these games in general, of course, but the amount of health you have in the game, it is maybe a slight issue sometimes. Now you can die almost as fast as the enemies can, and with not too many health pickups dotted around these levels, it can get pretty hectic in trying to survive to the best of your ability. And there are moments in the levels where you're more than happy to just sit behind a corner and wait for the enemies to kind of come around to you to then shoot them in the face hole and then kind of move to another corner, because there's no indicator for you being low on health, so you can just all of a sudden drop dead and then just be there, and you have to then repeat the whole segment or be taken back quite a few minutes to another checkpoint, which is maybe another niggle in this game. Another small issue that I have is sometimes the checkpoints are a bit dumb, to be very honest, but it's okay, man. It's manageable. The levels don't last all too long, so at the end of the day, it's a maximum of like 2 to 3 minutes of repeating the gameplay. Now this is admittedly a small complaint, like I said, because duh, it's a game after all. So of course you might have to retry parts, like I said, or get good. It also just could be a sign that I have to actually use my freaking glasses that are on the table, and I have to use them on my dome piece instead of being there as a decoration on my freaking table. But with all this being said, it does ultimately boil down to, is the game fun, of course, and worthwhile? And we like to ask this question on this channel. Now it has become customary at this point. I like to rate games on a 3-tier list system of day one buys, maybe waits, or only fans, pun intended. Forgive Me Father 2 for me is definitely a ton of fun to have and a worthwhile game to play, but maybe more as a side piece or a side game than the actual main game to play, if that makes any sense at all. So for those reasons alone, I would rate this game a maybe wait. Now the reason behind this rating is the fact that I'm an RPG kind of guy or gamer, of course, so there is always 1 or 2 bigger role-playing games that I play at any given time on my own time, and I said time too many freaking time. So having this kind of game to blow off steam and be this counterweight to a more slower paced RPG is great, but for me it's exactly that type of game where I fall back to it instead of actually launch the game as soon as I launch my PC. I play the game when I have breaks from other RPGs or when I only have like a fraction of time to game, because real life. Surprise. This game does thankfully also have RPG elements in it with its 3 abilities that can be slotted, as well as the different weapons to use and abuse, so there is definitely customization in here, so it's all nice and fun to kind of mix and match, and I will definitely be playing this game more on my free time. But in any case, man, if you want to know more about this game and possibly buy it for yourself, then click the link in the description box below. Thanks to Lurkit and Fulcrum Publishing yet again, man. Support the channel by clicking the link down below. That would take me a long way in getting the word out there. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel, man. Why not? You made it this far into the video. Hey, man, get in here, man. Wow, that was cringy. Holy shit. In any case, regardless of all of this rambling, man, what the fuck do I know, man? I'm just a guy on the internet telling you I like the game, and hopefully you would like it after watching this video and try it out for yourself, man. But I do want to hear your opinion on this game, or if you're hyped to play this, if you're planning on playing this, or if it's a complete skip for you, man. Any and all comments do help take this video a long way, as well as just conversate in general, man. Let's talk business down below, you know what I'm saying? But in any case, that wraps it up for me for this video. I don't know why I clapped. Hopefully it didn't peak the audio in this video. video of him. Ding that bell if that's even a thing nowadays. I never dung any bell, so I'm not gonna ask you to do that in all honesty. I gotta be honest with that, man. But in any case, I hope you guys have a great day wherever you're from, whichever time of day you watch this at. I've been your broski. If you want to watch some more videos, man, click this link right here or this video right there, as well as just subscribing to the channel in general. I'll catch you guys in the next upload. Hasta prontissimo.